insiders recently reported that yes, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is all but confirmed. Expect to see him in the film and him confirmed as the main villain. And he's also going to bring along some lackeys for the Sinister Six, specifically the Amazing Spider-Man's Rhino, the Lizard, and possibly even Sandman from the Raimi universe. So as people continue to listen to what Jeff Snyder has been saying in regards to Spider-Man, over on Collider, there's more pieces of info that have recently been made public and posted on various websites, and everybody's talking about it. And what he says is that not only are we getting that Dafoe return as the Green Goblin, which many people want, and I honestly hope it's real, but he takes it one step further, saying that he's heard that Sandman would also be making an appearance, aka the Sandman from the third Raimi film, along with Rhino, the one from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, aka Paul Giamatti's version, and also the Lizard. Not the version that they were building up towards in the Raimi films. This would be the one we saw in the first Amazing Spider-Man. And over on Collider, they talk a little bit more about why it makes sense to bring back all these old versions of characters that he says are essentially stuck in the MCU. And they don't have a way home. So that's a smarter way to explain why they're here and why they're still villains, and not just introduce new versions of Sandman and Rhino and Lizard, because then you have to introduce the entire backstory, character, and everything. If you just say they're from the multiverse, it's a lot easier to explain why they're even angrier or so mad. And again, I kind of see that as a good, valid reason. Like, to me, that honestly makes a lot of sense. But I do want to stress to everybody once again, approach this with cautious optimism, or just be careful. So many people are dead set on having this be so true that they've already built up this expectation that if any movie had this expectation, you would be let down if one or two pieces of it are not true. At this point, there's like 20 things that people are expecting that if half of them aren't in here, people are going to be disappointed. So again, build up your expectations. You know, people did this with Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. And is it the movie's fault that the Punisher didn't show up? No, of course not. We know what the reason was, but people were like, well, Ghost Rider and Punisher didn't show up. It's a terrible movie. Well, come on. And as I always say in these, and when we talk about it on the podcast, you have to be careful with what you choose to believe as fact, or what is a rumor that you can maybe get excited about, but don't build up your expectations on all of it. I'm honestly not expecting any of these three to appear personally. And that's just my take on it. I could say a couple villains from the previous films, but every single villain? Like, what's next? Venom from Spider-Man 3? Come on.